Good morning, students. This is our 19th class, and today we will solve a problem on refrigerator or heat pump, and we will try to understand how to, just like engine, how to distinguish between a Carnot refrigerator and non-Carnot refrigerator, or Carnot heat pump and non-Carnot heat pump, and how to proceed. We will also see problems where a heat pump and engine, or engine and refrigerator are coupled. We had solved similar problem earlier, and we will be solving a kind of same type of problem today. This is the problem. The problem reads like this: an engine. An engine means a heat engine is there. An engine is used to drive a heat pump. HP is heat pump. The heat transfers from the engine. Which one is the heat transfer from the engine? Which one is the heat transfer to the engine? The one that is coming from the source and going to the engine, that is heat input to the engine. The heat transfer from the engine is the other one. That is the amount of heat rejected by the engine and going to the sink. Okay. So in our terms Q2. The heat transfers from the engine and from the heat pump are used to heat the water circulating through a radiator. So there is a radiator, forget about radiator, there is a radiator where water is getting circulated, and this heat is thrown to the circulating water. Which heat? The heat rejected by the engine and the heat rejected by the heat pump. Okay. So they are used for heating the water circulating through a radiator. What is the efficiency of the engine? It is given that the efficiency of engine is 27%, and COP of the heat pump involved here, which is driven by the engine, COP of that heat pump is 4. What you have to find out? You have to evaluate the ratio of the heat in transfer to the circulating water. Which are the heat terms, heat quantities going to the circulating water? One that is rejected by the engine and the other which is rejected by the heat pump. So ये दो हीट जो जा रहे हैं, ये जा रहे हैं सर्कुलेटिंग वाटर को. So that these two quantities of heat divided by the heat input to the engine, that means the Q1. Okay, so that ratio, two heat terms in the numerator and one heat term in the denominator, that ratio you have to evaluate. This is what the problem says. Now look at the problem and read it once again. An engine is used to drive a heat pump, full stop. The heat transfers from the engine and from the heat pump, that means heat transfer from the engine and heat transfer from the heat pump, are used to heat the circulating water through a radiator. The efficiency of engine is 27%. The COP of heat pump is 4, and you have to find out this. Now, anywhere in the language of the problem, is there a hint of this whole system being a Carnot system? Anywhere that maximum efficiency term is there, or maximum COP term is there, or reversible term is there, or ideal term is there, or any temperature terms are there? No. Answer is no. Therefore, if you read it once or twice, you will realize that this is a problem involving one real engine and one real heat pump. Okay. Real means they are not ideal, they are not reversible, they are not Carnot. तो एक रियल हीट इंजन है, एक रियल हीट पंप है, एंड द हीट पंप यू नो इट डिमांड्स वर्क. द वर्क इज गोइंग फ्रॉम द इंजन एंड द इंजन इज ड्राइविंग द हीट पंप. हीट पंप का सीओपी पता है और इंजन का एफिशिएंसी पता है. वी हैव टू सिंपली फाइंड आउट द रेशियो ऑफ टू हीट टर्म्स इन द न्यूमरेटर एंड वन हीट टर्म इन द डिनोमिनेटर using the values that are given to you. Okay, that ratio only you have to find out. I am not going to solve the entire problem, but I will give you a hint and you have to do that. It is a kind of homework for you. I hope you have understood the question. Now see, let us express it in terms of a schematic diagram where the heat pump and the engine both are coupled, and the work getting relieved from the the work coming out of the engine is fed to the heat pump. So this is the engine, engine. The work going from the engine is received by the heat pump. Now this heat pump is working between two reservoirs. The engine is working between two reservoirs. Whether they are the same reservoir or not, we don't know, because temperatures are not given to, temperature of the source and sink etc. are not given to you. Let us say engine has its own source and own sink, and heat pump has its own source and own sink. Now if you give the name to the heat terms, then let this be Q1, Q2 and this be W. So this is one unit that is for the engine, right? Then this W is consumed by the HP, and this HP derives a amount of heat Q4 and throws a heat Q3 to the body. Okay, so I have not kept them Q2 and Q1 here because they are altogether different device. So let us give different heat names to them. The notations be Q4 and Q3 respectively. But the only common thing and only linkage between these two devices is the work. Work produced by the engine is consumed by the heat pump. Okay, and that is how they are related. Okay, now what is the efficiency of the engine? What are the given data? The given data are, not much data are given here, only efficiency of the engine, that means 1 minus Q2 by Q1 is given, that is 0.27, and COP of the heat pump. What is COP of the heat pump? The heat supplied to the body divided by the work, that means Q3 by W is equal to 4. So these two terms are only given to you, alright, or you can say this is W by Q1, alright. So from this you have to find out, what you have to find out? You have to evaluate the ratio of heat transferred to the circulating water divided by heat input to the engine, that ratio. That means you have to find out a ratio where the denominator is heat input to the engine Q1. What is the numerator? Numerator is the total heat transfers to the radiating water or circulating water in the radiators. That means what are the heat, which heat terms are, which heat quantities are going to the radiator? One is the heat transfer from the engine, that is Q2, and one is the heat transfer from the heat pump, that is Q3. So Q2 plus Q3 by Q1. So you have to find out this ratio Q2 plus Q3 by Q1 and evaluate what is the value of this ratio. Try this one. You are given the relationship between eta and Q1, Q2. You are given the relationship between COP, Q3, and this W is Q1 minus Q2. This W is also Q3 minus Q4. This W is Q1 minus Q2. So from here, using these two equations or these two relationship, find out what will be this ratio. You are not supposed to find out how much kilojoules the Q1 is or how much kilojoules the Q4 is. Not like that. Only the ratio in terms of, only a ratio of Q2 plus Q3 by Q1. So absolute values of Q2, Q3, Q4 are not required. So find out this one. The answer is 1.8. See whether you are getting this value or not. Okay. So this is a case where two devices, one is a power giving device, one is a power consuming device, both are coupled and the heat transfers from both of them are used for some heating purpose. That amount of heat used for heating purpose divided by the heat input to the engine is to be calculated. Here you have to understand 2-3 things. First is that because there is no temperature values given in the problem anywhere, and there is no mention of, no hint of these devices being the theoretically maximum efficient devices, so it is not a question of any Carnot cycle for engine or Carnot cycle for heat pump. They are simple plain real engine and a real heat pump, and with that approach you have to solve the problems. Okay, so try this one. If you cannot solve, you can tell me so that I will solve it in the next class. Sometimes you get problems where the devices of same nature are coupled. I mean, we have solved earlier. We solved a problem on where the heat engine is coupled with a refrigerator. Then today we solved a problem where the heat engine is coupled with a heat pump. The work produced by one is consumed by the other. But here today now we'll discuss another problem where devices of same type are coupled together. That means two engines are coupled together in such a way that one engine is deriving some heat from a source, throwing some heat to a sink, okay, and the amount of heat that is rejected by this engine, which otherwise should have gone to a sink, is actually going to another engine as input, and that second engine is also rejecting some amount of heat to another sink. As a result, the heat drawn and heat thrown, the difference is appearing as mechanical work for the second engine, and the heat extracted and heat rejected, difference of these two for the first engine is appearing as the work for the first engine. Okay, so that type of problem also we can see how it can be solved. So let us take one problem like that. Two reversible engines. Now see, the very first word says two reversible engines. Two reversible engines matlab reversible word is there, matlab two Carnot engines. Okay, so here it is very direct. Two reversible engines. Although he has not written Carnot, but he has written two reversible engines, A and B, means two Carnot engines. Two reversible engines, A and B, are arranged in series. Arranged in series. That means the exit of one is the entry to the other, like that. A rejecting heat directly to B. A rejecting heat directly to B. That means engine B is the sink for engine A. Engine A receives 200 kilojoules of heat at 421 degrees centigrade. 421 degrees centigrade from the source. That means from the source of engine A. While B is in communication with a cold sink at 4.4 degree centigrade. So B has a source and sink. The source is whatever is rejected from A is received by B, and then B has a sink where it is rejecting, and that sink temperature is 4.4 degree centigrade. If the work output of A is twice that of B, then find out one. The intermediate temperature between A and B. Then the intermediate temperature between A and B. The efficiency of each engine. The efficiency of each engine and the heat rejected to the cold sink. The heat rejected to the cold sink. That means the sink at 4.4 degrees centigrade. Now read it once again. Two reversible engines A and B. That means there are two engines A and B. They are arranged in series, and the most important information is that both A and B are reversible engines. Therefore, they are Carnot engines, and therefore we are at the liberty of using the temperature terms if required to find out their efficiency. There is no harm in using temperature terms now because we know that they are reversible engines or Carnot engines. A is rejecting heat directly to B. So imagine engine A which is drawing heat from the source and rejecting heat. Now heat rejected by A, instead of going to some sink, it is actually received by B. So engine B is the sink for engine A, and this rejection is the source for engine B. So there is an intermediate temperature in between, there has to be. Now engine B क्या करता है? Engine B is receiving the heat rejected from engine A, and then it is also rejecting some heat to its own sink which is at 4.4 degrees centigrade, and the difference is appearing as work. And if the work output of A is twice that of B, that means engine A is producing some work, engine B is producing some work, but incidentally engine A is producing some work which amounts to double of what B is producing. You have to find out the intermediate temperature between A and B. One, that you have to find out the efficiency of engine A and engine B separately, which is very easy. Once you know the temperature values, you can find out, and the heat rejected to the cold sink. Okay, this is what is the statement of the problem. So read it once again, and then we will start solving it. Two reversible engines A and B are arranged in series. A rejecting heat directly to B. Engine A receives 200 kilojoules of heat at 421 degrees centigrade from the source, while B is in communication with the cold sink at 4.4 degrees centigrade. If the work output of A is twice that of B, then find out the intermediate temperature between A and B, the efficiency of engine A and engine B, and the heat rejected to the cold sink. So we will express this or represent this in a schematic diagram. Now student, this is not a case of a refrigerator coupled with an engine or an engine coupled with a heat pump. This is an engine coupled with another engine, and the arrangement is in the series manner in which the heat rejected by one is taken by the other as input energy. So it's very simple. So this is engine A. Engine A is receiving how much? 200 kilojoules of heat from a source at temperature 421 degrees centigrade. This is T1, this is Q1. This is rejecting Q2 amount of heat, which is taken by another engine B, and B must be rejecting some amount of heat, let us call it Q3, to a sink which is at temperature T3, that is 4.4 degrees centigrade. So this is T1, the intermediate temperature is say T2, and this is T3. Okay, the work produced by A is WA, work produced by B is WB, and as it is given, WA is 2 times WB. Alright, so given information, so given data are as follows. T1 is 421 degree centigrade, and H, they are Carnot engines, and we are going to use these temperature terms for getting the efficiency value. Please convert it to Kelvin scale immediately. So 421 is 421 plus 273. So how much? 694 Kelvin. T2 is not known. T3 is 273 plus 4, 277.4 Kelvin. Q1 is 200 kilojoules. Okay. So these are the given data. Now how to proceed? WA is 2 times WB. That means Q1 minus Q2 is equal to 2 times Q2 minus Q3. Alright, these are all given to you. What you have to find out? To find out the intermediate temperature. What is the value of T2? Then what is the efficiency of engine A? Then what is the efficiency of engine B? And then what is the heat rejected to the cold sink? So from this information you have to find out how to proceed. How to proceed this. Now I am giving you some hint and you can move on in that direction. Now see, Q1 minus Q2 is equal to 2Q2 minus Q3. Now if you divide the whole by Q2, because Q2 is a term that you don't know, right? So if you divide it by Q2, then you will get Q1 by Q2 minus 1 is equal to 2 divide 2 minus 2Q3 by Q2, right? And T1 and T3 are known to you. Since this is a reversible cycle, since these are two reversible engines, in place of Q1 by Q2 you can write T1 by T2, because I told you that efficiency of an engine is 1 minus Q2 by Q1 can be written as equal to 1 minus T2 by T1 only and only for a Carnot engine. So these are all Carnot engines. So there you can write T1 minus T2 divided T1 by T2 minus 1 is equal to 2 minus T3 by T2. So from that you can get a relationship between T1, T3 and T2, and you can find the value of T2. Once you get the value of T2, then T1 is known, T2 is known. It is a Carnot engine, therefore efficiency of this can be obtained. Efficiency of engine can be obtained. Then T2 is known and T3 is known, so efficiency of B can be obtained. Since the efficiency is known and Q1 is known, you can find out the Q2, and since the Q2 is known and efficiency of this engine is known, you can find out Q3. So from that you can get Q3. So try to solve this problem and get these answers this way. I am telling you the answer that are given in the book. So intermediate temperature is 143.4 degrees centigrade. This answer T2. Then efficiency of engine for A is 40%. Efficiency of engine B is 33.5%. And heat rejected to the sink is 80 kilojoules. 80 kilojoules. Okay, so these are the answers given in the book. This is a problem from the engineering thermodynamics PK Nag, and these are the answers given. But I am not very particular about the exact answers. You must know, you must understand the problem. You must know how to distinguish between a Carnot engine and a non-Carnot engine. You must know how to draw the schematic diagram of the entire arrangement, and you must know how to present the solution, like first the given data this way, and then what are the things to be found out, and then go step by step. So with this, I think with these two problems, if you, I have not solved them step by step in the class like the other problems I solved, but I am giving you these two problems as a homework. Try these problems, and with your own understanding, if you find any difficulty, then we will discuss it in the next class and come up with the solution and the final answers. So that next class we can go for a more important and more complicated concept called entropy, and we will see how this new property entropy is related to reversible process, related to irreversibility of the process, and how that is affecting the performance of our engineering systems. Okay, this was for today. Thank you.